Hey guys, and welcome back to another Valorant video. So this one is extremely special. I'm not only honored, but I'm super excited to bring you guys some early exclusive content. So I was part of a Riot event in which we had access to Valorant Episode 2, the entire build. Through and through, everything that's coming in Episode 2, we gotta play it. And while there's a lot of things coming in Episode 2, YORU is clearly the star of the show, so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about him and then get into all of his ability interactions and just a ton of information. So starting off, when you open up Episode 2, if you go into Icebox, you're gonna see a huge window absolutely demolished. Like it's just blown up, and you can see a samurai suit as if it's popping out of the glass tube and then going through the roof at the top. Now, if I was to guess, I think this is gonna be maybe part of the cinematic that comes with Episode 2. Maybe Yoru escaped that glass as he does shift through dimensions. I'm not too sure, but there's a lot of cool things going on here. And while I would love to lore theory craft, that's not what I'm here for. I want to talk about Yoru, starting off with his flash, something you guys need to know about it. When you shoot your flash, it will only go off after it bounces, but what makes it extremely powerful is that the enemies will only see the flash after the bounce. So here, when I throw it against the wall, the enemy Killjoy does not see it pass her eyes. She just sees it after it bounces off the wall at the end. So that's really important to know. It's going to be hard to react and counter this pop flash. Another thing to note is his teleportation ability. When you shoot it forward, it goes very, very far. Now, if you don't know all of his abilities, I made an ability video, so make sure to go check it out. But right now, I just want to make 2 points about interactions with the map, which is this pop flash and this. I mean, I shot this teleportation ability straight through. It doesn't only stop in the tube here, it slowly shifts against the wall on its left and then keeps going. I just shot that teleportation at B and it landed at A, and then I can teleport all the way to A. Like, it's powerful. Its range is huge. Last thing to quickly mention is that Yoru is completely invisible in his ultimate until you get too close to the enemies, in which you are revealed, but they can't shoot you or do anything about it. They'll just see you, so you have to keep a distance while staying invisible. Another thing is that Yoru's teleporter works very similar to Killjoy's swarm grenade, in which enemies cannot see it until they get too close, in which it will be revealed. But I like fast-paced videos, so try to keep up as I start the interactions right now. Breach's E has absolutely no effect on Yoru's decoy ability. However, if you place Yoru's trap and have Breach shoot his aftershock ability, it will destroy the ability, absolutely no problem. You can also destroy this ability by shooting the small ball, just by shooting using your gun. However, with his decoy ability, it's quite interesting, as if Breach shoots his aftershock once again, he will destroy your decoy footsteps, so you can no longer activate it, but if you try to shoot those, you'll see later it does not work. You can also phase through his aftershock using your ultimate. Your ultimate's quite insane, but you are not flash protected while in your ultimate. If I place down both my abilities and ult and have the Breach shoot his ultimate, it's quite interesting. While it phases through me, it does actually move the placed abilities down, so they actually shifted all the way over to the back. Moving on from there, going to Brimstone, there's only so many interactions, but throwing down your molly and then throwing your decoy through will have it break before it gets through the molly. However, your teleporter can get through no problem. It's not that your teleporter cannot break, as if he mollies the teleporter directly, it will eventually tick through, but because it's moving so fast, it can get through before actually being damaged. As you can see, like I mentioned, you cannot shoot the decoy abilities, which makes it interesting. I don't know why abilities can break it, but your gun can't. If you drop your ultimate, it will break all the abilities, but Yoru can phase through it, absolutely no problem. Now keep in mind Brimstone's molly, as it works the exact same with Phoenix's molly, as well as, let's say, Viper's poison. Next up we have Cipher, and it gets really interesting here. If you place a trap, as long as it's low enough, the footsteps will actually get caught, but if the trap is too high, the footsteps will go underneath it, so their hitbox is very small. The teleporter, on the other hand, no matter where it's placed, low or high, we could not get it to set off the trap. On the flip side, if you open up your cages, the footsteps will go through, making an audible noise. Placing down another cage, I attempted to ult and walk through them, and I made no audible sound. Next up, we placed a Cipher Camera down, and this has a few interesting interactions. If I get pinged by the camera and then pop my ultimate, even though the actual device stays on me, I am no longer visible. So if I switch over to my perspective here, as you can see, it stopped pulsing. Even though on my screen it's saying location revealed, it doesn't matter. The Cipher cannot see me until I pop back out of my ultimate, in which I can remove the device. The camera also applies the exact same to the ultimate. The ultimate has a range in which when you're too close to people, you'll actually be able to see Yoru, and if I get too close to the camera, this applies all the same. If Cipher pops his ultimate, it does not reveal Yoru during his ultimate. So if you're invisible, nothing is going to reveal you. With Jet, there wasn't much to check, but if you dash into a Yoru, it's going to work, and this just goes all around. While Yoru is invisible during his ult, if you get to close proximity, he is revealed, and you can actually run into him. If Jet throws her smoke, as you can see, usually does stick to the target, but if Yoru ultimates, it'll go straight through him. So while he can interact with bodies and characters, he cannot interact with projectiles, which is really weird. When it comes to Killjoy, her turret will actually react to his footsteps, making his footsteps all the more stronger. However, the turret cannot break the footsteps while they're already moving. At least I don't believe so. On the flip side, his teleporter is only visible at a very close range, and the turret will not pick it up. If I pop my ultimate and walk straight through, the turret will not see me, but if I get close, as you can see the little circle there, once I enter its visibility range, it will shoot at me, but just in case you forgot, in my ultimate, I'm invulnerable. So while the turret will shoot at me, it cannot actually damage me. When Killjoy places down her alarm bot, it will interact with the footsteps the same way the traps do. So the footsteps really are one-to-one a pretend human being walking straight through. The trap, however, will not interact with the teleporter, so the teleporter is something completely exclusive. While in range or out of range, it does not matter. They do not interact with traps. When it comes to Killjoy's ultimate, I set down his abilities and I pop my own ultimate, and as I expected, I phase straight through the Killjoy ultimate, absolutely no problem, and my abilities are not affected. Boy oh boy, does it get interesting here. Omen can easily flash me as you expect, but because it is a projectile, when I pop my ultimate, his next flash actually goes straight through me. After that, we just tried to glitch it out by both ulting, and nothing happened. It just looked really cool, and I wanted to include it. But yeah, no other interactions with Omen. Next up came Raze, and very similarly to Killjoy, there's quite a few cool interactions. One of which is really weird. Raze's satchel will actually move Yoru's decoy ability, but will not move his teleportation ability. So yeah, that foot is literally like a full human. On the second satchel, you would have broken it since it does have a health bar. Raze's Boombot will catch onto his footsteps if they're moving or stationary. It's really funny to watch. If I pop my ultimate, this one actually really did surprise me. Her Boombot will lock onto you during your ultimate once it enters your vision range, but it will do no damage. Just to be safe, we threw Raze's Boombot at the same time as I threw my teleporter, and there was no interaction. So yeah, the teleporter is not like his decoy. They are completely separate interactions. If Raze throws her rocket, it will not kill me. I will phase through it, but my traps on the ground will break since both of them do have a health bar. It's just that the decoy only breaks with abilities and not shooting, which is weird. Reyna's flash is similar to a pop flash, so it does not interact with my ultimate. I will still be blinded while I'm invisible. With Sage, her slow will be mimicked. This also goes for my teleportation ability.
Time to jump.
However, when I pop my ultimate, it doesn't matter if I'm just entering it or already on the slow, it absolutely has no effect, which, again, it's quite interesting, but this ultimate basically allows you to phase through almost everything. Just keep in mind I said almost because Skye is up next. If the wolf sees Skye and you actually bite his ass, YORU is revealed, which just blew my mind, as well as Skye's ultimate not only just sees YORU when in range, but just tracks him down. From any point of the map, if I ult, her ultimate tracks me down, as you can see here. So Skye is a huge Yoru counter, and once the ultimate hits, my vision is also reduced. So it's quite interesting. I can phase through everything, but Skye's wolf actually reveals me, and Skye's ultimate also hits and affects me. With Sova, most people know if you throw your arrows directly on someone, they connect. But if I am ulted, they will phase straight through me, which again is why I'm surprised at Skye's interactions. But yeah, even if I'm right in your face, whoop, it's gonna go straight through me. So yeah, Yoru's ultimate is just insane, and I can't wait to see the outplays. Similar to the Cipher Cam, if I ult and I'm invisible, I can't be pinged because it's just phasing through me. And again, very similarly, I wanted to test Sova's ultimate just to be safe. It does not reveal nor damage me. When it comes to Viper, there isn't very much. As you can see, the decay will stop once I ult, and even if I step out, it'll actually reduce the decay. And if I step back in, I get the decay symbol, but I don't actually lose health since I am invulnerable. Fun fact, you actually can see Viper inside of her ultimate before she can see you, indicated by the little circle in front of my vision, but only barely, so it's going to be a little bit hard to play around Viper ultimates. The last person to try is YORU, and we could not find any interesting interactions. We even tried to teleport like on top of each other to see if we could glitch it, but it did not work. However, something else to note is if you have a Sage on your team, she cannot heal you. Like, she cannot target you when you go into your ultimate. But on the flip side, Skye is here again with the weird interactions. Skye can actually heal you while you're in your ultimate. So Sage can't, but an allied Skye can, which, yeah, it was just super weird. But yeah, that is all the notable interactions that I could think of or find within the game. Like I said, like you saw Brimstone is Molly, how it damaged the footsteps and damaged the teleporter. That goes the exact same with Phoenix and any other damaging ability. So we didn't test everything. Like Raze's grenade can obviously break them if a Molly can break them. So I didn't show everything. I wanted to kind of rapid fire this, keep it interesting, and keep it fast, hype paced, that's not a word, high paced. And I hope you guys did enjoy the content. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, consider subscribing, join the Discord using the link down below. Episode 2 is super hype, and more importantly, Yoru is just a blast to play with a high skill ceiling and a lot of interesting interactions. If you guys have not seen his abilities, which I would hope you did before you saw this video, make sure to check out my leak video and keep an eye out for later today, as I'm going to be posting some raw gameplay with a full-on discussion about Yoru. Anyways, take it easy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.